Howdy, folks. Welcome back to the Unqualified Film Bros podcast. Perhaps this is the episode that has had that opening line be most applicable because I think this is the first time we're talking about a Western, a modern Western crime thriller. We're throwing genre words at the wall and seeing what sticks. As promised, we're talking about Americana, starring Halsey, Paul Walter Hauser, and Sydney Sweeney. Gentlemen, what do you guys think?
I
That was
didn't.
okay.
Yeah. Go. Sorry, Ben. Go ahead.
You both wait and then you both talk at this.
I was
I
collecting my
hate doing
thoughts.
this
Will
on
you?
Zoom.
I was collecting my thoughts. Will you relax?
I gotta get my ass to DC just so that we can do the pod in person every week.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think the performances were largely quite good. Halsey was very good. Sydney
Yeah.
Sweeney, I thought was good. I didn't feel like the stutter was necessary. I thought that was a little that's a hard thing to do, and I kind of
It
distressed me.
wasn't essential for the character.
No, no. So I didn't really get why that was put in, but Paul Walter Hauser, I think I liked the most.
Hmm.
He really filled his character up with a lot of joy and love because he's a happy man. Um, Overall, though, the movie felt really jumbled to me. Like I didn't. There was a thread tying everything together, which was the ghost
Sure.
shirt. Yeah, ghost shirt. But everything feels a little off. Like it didn't flow to me. It didn't really go together. Like I mean, it's definitely taken riffs from Pulp Fiction, but whereas Pulp Fiction feels like different parts that come together, this one feels like it's like superficially in parts. There are no actual parts. It's just different scenes in a movie, if you get what I mean.
Yeah. And in that sense, it felt a little bit like um, Honey Don't, or no, not Honey Don't. Drive Away Dolls.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Like there were just so many different people coming at the same thing from different angles, but it never really had that thing that tied it all together. Like it didn't have that.
You also don't really have very complex characters, I want to say. I mean, they're all sort of like one note dealing with one thing or the other. Um, so nobody really feels I couldn't get connected with anyone really. I mean, there was some great dialogue and it's definitely very funny at some points. But overall, it just felt off to me in some way or some other. I don't even know how to describe it. There was just some feeling off. Also, I think the moment that I really felt that was when it started off with the intro, and then you get to the what is it, Lefty driving, and you redo the scene in the beginning,
Hmm.
like it's flashbacks or something, or like a montage. It felt
Yeah.
very off to me, very
The
off.
the nonlinear nature of the first act of the film, I think it was the first two parts, maybe the first three parts.
It sort of just starts like a little early and then it goes back.
But then they never do that again. It's all linear from then
Yeah,
on.
yeah, that's what I mean. Is like it's separated into God. There's like six parts or something, but it feels like they're just putting those superficially in. There's no actual different parts. There's no other
Yeah.
like stories. It's one continuous story. So it feels like it
With
didn't really
one
know.
10-minute flashback.
Yeah.
Do
It really,
you guys think this movie would have been better served as one linear story, starting with what we get in the flashback, or
it
leaning fully into the non-linear aspect and jumbling it all up?
I mean, frankly, I don't think that this would have been, I think it would have worked a lot better as an anthology, taking all these characters and fully
Hmm.
fleshing out their stories rather than jumbling them into the same thing. Something like the Ballad of Buster Scruggs, like,
That's what I thought they were going for when they
yeah,
back, and I was like, oh, okay, maybe we'll, this we're gonna get it from like different perspectives or what, like, but they did it one
Stories that
time.
are connected but not together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, very much like Pulp Fiction feels a lot more authentic in the way that characters like end up crossing paths and stuff. It's not all at the same time. It's like, it's happening at different times.
Or the 2008 masterpiece Vantage Point, starring Dennis Quaid.
And
It's the
I
first
remember seeing
time
that, but
that combination of words has been said in that order.
I do not remember it that well, but I remember liking it. I don't even know.
Forrest Whitaker was in it.
It was
Yeah.
like a fun spy thriller or something.
Yeah, it was like a assassination plot of the president, and it's like
Yeah.
all the different threads of how people witness from their vantage point the assassination.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So
So,
that's cool.
yeah.
But
High
yeah, I mean,
concept and then the execution.
Yep.
yeah, it's something that it just felt like it was going in two places and just didn't fit. Um, like you got to choose what to do. You can't do like, quote unquote parts. And the linear story doesn't really work too well either. It's
I
more of
think,
like instead of parts, there's just a jumbled linear story.
yeah, I think this movie, I liked it very much for what it is. Um, Not going to be in my top 10 for the year for sure, but overall, largely positive on this film. But I definitely see what you guys are saying. Um, I think this film finds itself a little bit better in the second act when it's mostly focusing on Mandy, Lefty, and Penny Joe. And then once they get to Mandy's family estate, where the third act and climax of the film entirely take place, it kind of loses itself again. We get, characters
Well,
brought back from the flashback, and we get, new characters introduced for the first time who suddenly have this major significance to the story. And it falls in on itself a little bit like a house of cards.
yeah, you finally catch back up to where they started, and then what you're talking about is like the road trip or, following them, which really is not that long. It's like 5, 10 minutes. And
Yeah.
then all of a sudden they get to the house and oh my God, what is going on here? Who are these cultists? And we've just been introduced to more characters. We get more backstory. Oh, this is my mom. Oh, and that one is my sister who was being abused by this guy in the back. There's a random stepson there. There's just too much going on. You
It
can't
got very
focus.
crowded very fast.
Yeah, you
Yep.
can't focus on anyone. I mean, it's hard to flesh out characters when you keep inserting random guys in that are taking up a lot of screen time for, a
And
short movie.
the
It's somewhat
insertion of
short.
the insertion of all these new characters took away from third act development of like Mandy as a character.
Yeah, I frankly don't know what the ending is. The ending had like six different endings, and then
I
they
thought it
just
was the
kept
last
changing.
scene, like you said, like six different times.
I just kept going. I was like, what is happening? What,
Yep.
all right, now Lefty's dead. All right, now she's
Now he's eating a burger.
buried him, buried him next to BBR, and then she's crying and singing. Also, for her to like be the final kind of person singing, shouldn't she have sent like actually sang before? I know her mother like interrupts her, but if that's like a key part of her character, you should include just like a little bit.
Sydney Sweeney did her own singing for it, right?
Yeah, maybe she wasn't good enough.
Yeah, I mean her voice is it's fine, but
I was surprised.
it's just like talking up this character and you're like, "Are you good?" It's like, "Yeah, I'm fucking good."
It's like my mind went to that scene in Step Brothers where Will Ferrell is like,
Yeah,
you just got to trust that I'm a really, really good singer.
yeah, yeah.
Sydney Sweeney's
But
voice is not a combination of Fergie and Jesus. I'm sorry.
again, it's fine. It's just they wrote it that is like a central part of her character. So I don't know. The characterization of some of these people, aside from Lefty, who's just this heartthrob, he just wants a girl. He's got everything except for the girl. He's a tragic character, but everyone else is like
Can't
losing.
stop proposing to them.
Yeah, well, that's
On the
probably not.
third date, sorry, fourth date,
He's
Yep.
only
They went
fourth
out last
year.
Tuesday.
he's kind of a menace. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, don't be like him in that way.
No, but like
Don't recommend that.
Yeah, for sure.
Also, why didn't Sydney Sweeney get him a doctor? Like, I didn't quite understand this. Like,
Why did he refuse a doctor?
he survived for like 24 hours after getting shot, and nobody patched anything up or nobody gave a shit. They just let him die.
Yeah,
Like,
like
We're
we need to
like,
get you to
stop.
when they're already in the car at the end of the film. We need to get you to a hospital. He says no, and she fucking pulls over.
she pulls over and then just listens to his like dying words of him repeating stuff. Like,
Which is the same monologue he gave her at the beginning of the movie.
also, she didn't even say yes. She doesn't even say yes at the end.
Well, yeah, because he fucking dies before he finishes.
Should have said yes
Yeah.
to the camera. But really, like I can excuse a lot of like shenanigans, but that's just a plot contrivance. Like wanted him to die at the end. That's too much, man.
It was a great moment when he gets shot. That's a great moment because this character has been, top three focus of the film to that
Again,
point, and you
people
think
like
he's fucking executed.
people die and then they come back too much in this movie. Like him especially. If you're gonna kill him, if you want him to die, that's the time to do it. Don't like have him crawling back to life only to die in the
Well,
car.
that's what I thought happened when Eric Dane showed up again in part two. And I was like, shouldn't there be a hole in his neck?
Yeah, that is that's when
He
I
got
realized it's
shot
like
with an arrow right here.
that's when
Also,
I thought it
that
was
exchange at the end of the first part between him and the kid, that was one of the funniest parts of the movie. Because he is a bad guy for how he has treated Mandy and her son. But like, there are some moments in that monologue where he seems like kind of an okay dude. And then he just, he gets what's coming to him and he deserves it. But even the way he handles being shot in the neck with an arrow is like, it's darkly funny.
people are a little insane in this movie. Also, Mandy choosing to
Everyone's a little insane in this movie.
she like yells at Lefty and is like, "This guy tried to rob me, kill him." And then she was telling the other guys like, "Hey, shoot that guy." It's like, whoa. But is this necessary, man? Come on, this is unnecessary. Yeah, it seemed a little too like Tarantino at times and too serious at other times.
Yeah,
Like
there was
just
a tonal
bloody
disparity.
shots, and then there's like very sensitive nature. Um,
I think we also needed to see more of the relationship between Mandy and her son to make that reunion at the end a little bit more cathartic.
yeah, I mean, he's really funny because of what he says, but for the entire point, I just kept thinking this guy is a serial killer. He is a fundamentally a sociopath. He is disconnected from reality.
The kid,
Yeah, I
Sitting
mean,
Bull.
if we're talking about crazy people, he is the craziest one. This man is absolutely bonkers.
I don't know. I believe that he was the reincarnation of Sitting Bull.
He clearly does too. Oh, but also when he brings back the shirt, and then the head guy is like,
No,
like,
get away from me.
no, get the fuck out of here.
No.
We don't want any white boys.
Because you think that he would have endeared himself to him over the course of their relationship in the film over the last hour or so, or however long they knew each other.
Yeah, I really just don't know what they were going for with some of these characters. Like again, I enjoyed some of the scenes by themselves, but put together, it's there's a lot just all over the place.
Yeah, I-
Yeah.
it loses itself a little bit along the way. And with so many characters to keep track of, I think it would have been better serviced with a smaller scope.
Absolutely. You need time to like actually develop the characters. If I mean, any movie is going to suffer if you don't actually get enough character development. Like you can't just have them talking about like a few things. We don't know who any of these characters are. They're very one note, and everybody just has their like purpose in the plot.
Hmm.
Yeah, I thought at one point when I forget who it was, somebody was going through the kid's backpack right before he tells
Yeah, he
um
did not react to the fact that this kid had a gigantic block of cheese in his backpack.
I mean,
That's his food.
he's a kid that needs snacks on the
He-
road.
He's running away from home.
I
He
just
needs
love it. It was like a
food.
full-on, just gigantic bar
I
of.
thought for the slightest moment, I thought I saw the shirt in his backpack, and then immediately he was like, the white woman has it. And I thought like there was going to be this whole thing with no, he actually had it in his backpack the whole time. Never
Mm,
came up again. Mandy had it in her trunk the entire time.
Yeah,
yeah.
no idea. I didn't catch that. I
I
was
don't know.
paying attention to the cheese.
I'm sure you were.
Yeah, I missed that too, so I never thought that. Was
I
it,
don't know.
I
I thought
think
that
it's,
would have been an interesting layer to have the kid like not be a reliable source
I
for.
think I think that would have
no,
been
he
even
can
more
be as
confusing.
unreliable as he needs to be by calling himself the reincarnation of Sitting Bull.
Yeah,
Like,
like if it wouldn't make any sense for this kid to be so dedicated and he's just like hiding the shirt in his backpack. I mean, he would have just given it to them. But
Yeah,
again, I don't know what
yeah.
his problem is.
Also, they definitely would have noticed it and pulled it out.
oh yeah.
Yeah, he was searching the backpack.
That kid, he's a funny child actor. He's a funny kid.
But
Yeah.
it's very like it's very deadpan. I mean, I thought it was funny. It's just I don't know how to like how you build that relationship up. He's continuously more used as like a a comedy break or something like that.
Yeah, he's largely the comic relief of an otherwise dramatic story.
Which is a little interesting, right? Because I mean, he plays a pretty outsized role for being the comic relief and the butt of so many jokes down the line. Like he is quite important. I mean, he not only is the driving force behind everyone converging where they are at the end of the film, but also like just thematically and sort of everything like what he represents. Like, yeah, he's a young kid who is trying to bring together these groups and like repair wounds and stuff, right? Like he plays a pretty big role.
But
And
he's
then
at the same time, he's also a kid from a broken home who's just watched too many movies.
Well, he's definitely in his like Peter Pan
Mhm.
mentality of like everything is a fantasy. But
Yep.
Yeah.
I, from a psychological standpoint, after killing a man with a bow and arrow, you would think that they would, wake up a little bit.
No, I
Especially,
just got my cheese and I'm gonna go find the white lady.
The fact that we see in the first part him practicing with the bow and arrow and he's not good at it. And then with his third or fourth shot, puts the arrow directly in his target's neck.
to be fair, the guy was literally walking towards him slowly,
And he missed twice.
and he did miss twice.
Those were warning shots. He knew what he was doing.
But this kid is like that is psycho behavior. He
He's
didn't
a
know anything
menace.
about this guy.
An
He only
absolute
knew
menace.
he only knew that his mom beat him over the head with a hammer, and then he fucking executes him. Again,
Yeah,
I could
he
take
probably deserved it.
I like the accidental murders or something in Pulp Fiction makes so much more sense. It's like, oh my God, you just shot Marvin. But it's not, it never feels like intentionally like these people are insane. They're just incompetent. It just feel there's something off about it. I can't
It feels
explain it.
like Mandy is the one with the most competence throughout the movie. And then
Absolutely.
Yeah.
and then in the third act, like once she goes home to the homestead and the cult, she like loses a lot of her agency. And then as soon as she sort of reclaims it, she gets shot and like
Yes.
doesn't have the same physical capability that she otherwise would have.
I'm still more thinking about Sydney Sweeney's character and the fact that she chose to just rob someone at gunpoint because she had a stutter and her mom made fun of her. It seems like a little bit of a leap there.
I
But the
mean,
entire time I just kept thinking, why doesn't she just stay with Lefty? Like get away from your her mom. You don't need to go to Nashville right now. This is not very logical.
I don't know. I think the idea of Lefty being an escape for Penny Joe is sort of that Bonnie and Clyde type, or like what's the Terrence Malick movie, Badlands, where this guy, and I'm obviously that's a much more dramatic, much darker um, dynamic between the boyfriend and the girlfriend characters. Um, but I think Penny Joe sees Lefty as this escape, and with the opportunity presenting itself in the form of Lefty, she kind of puts everything. Bless you.
Bless you. Bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you.
She kind of puts all of her eggs in one basket in terms of, all right, I'm leaving my current life as a diner waitress who gets made fun of by her mom, and I'm going with this guy. Got to deal with this, Native American spiritually significant shirt, and I'm going to Nashville. Like it's all happening at once for her. And I think, with that decision being made, things kind of spiral out of control really fast for her. She doesn't fully understand the breadth of what's going on. And then suddenly, she attempts the robbery at gunpoint at the gas station. Mandy's not having any of that shit. So it just moves on quickly. Lefty and Penny Joe follow Mandy, lose her, and then somehow wind up back at the ranch. And then suddenly Penny Joe's a hostage for the rest of the movie.
You know,
And
I
then
think
finally gets,
I think it would have
her
made more
escape.
sense to me if we saw her sing at all, rather than just say, I have 43 songs. It's great. Good
Again,
for you.
couldn't you just take her word that she's a really, really good singer?
It just does, for me, it doesn't work. It's like if this character is so good, if she is it's so intent on that, it just play one song, anything.
She's been called the songbird of her generation by people who have heard her sing.
But she's a hidden gem. She refuses to sing in front of anyone except for the Nashville
Not,
studio.
not
It's
even
just a
Lefty.
little insane.
Also, she's about to go a long way at the end of this movie from Wyoming all the way to Nashville in a car
Yep.
that is not hers.
Yep. That's bright
She's
orange.
about to get arrested. What do you have? $100,000 of cash in your car.
And whose blood is this on the seat
Yes.
next to you?
Oh my God.
Nice pink coat, though.
Again, there are scenes that seem too real and scenes that seem too just bonkers.
It
So
is,
a little, yeah, jumbled for me.
yeah, but I think with a third act that does leave the audience questioning moment to moment who's going to make it out of this. I think ending on a hopeful note hopeful to a certain degree with Lefty dying, hopeful for Penny Joe as she heads off towards Nashville, hopeful for Mandy and her son as they reconnect. And he sort of leaves the whole sitting bull, I am spiritually an indigenous person. Um, he sort of leaves that behind, and really, uh, who is the other character that sort of gets a not terrible ending here?
Uh,
Ghost Eye.
Ghost
Oh,
Eye, yeah. Which, by the way, great performance, great character.
Ghost Dog is a great film.
I mean, I think the characters that go off and are have the, clearly happy endings, Mandy and Penny Joe, like they're the ones that had the dreams. Like they're the ones that had the foresight and the want and desire to go off and do something. I mean, even Lefty, he didn't really have like goals. He just wanted to get
Just there.
married. He was, he's a happy guy, but his goal was just to get married. And like that's fine, but like the American dreams that they had were keep your family safe with Mandy and then, go make it big in Nashville. Go be a country star like Dolly Parton.
Both of these characters just they have not exhibited any trait to make me think that they can do those things. Mandy literally leaves her child in the beginning and has not changed that much since the beginning of the film.
Except
And
get
Sydney
shot.
Sweeney is she might make it on looks, but I don't know. She sings like once, and it's like very whispered and cry, you
This is
know.
a backdoor prequel to Pearl, Ben.
Ah, yeah. I mean, honestly, that's what's going to happen. She's going to become a crazy person.
Yep.
She watched her love die because she refused to
Love
drive
who
to the
she had known
hospital.
for like a day and a half.
Yep.
True love.
Yep.
Hey, he proposed to her twice. Once when he wasn't actually talking to her, and once when he was dying.
That's true. That's true. I laughed a little bit at the end when he's trying to get off like the his speech, and he says Penny Joe, and then she corrects him. He's like Penny Joe Poplin. It's like, dude, he's only got so many words. Don't do this. Who cares?
No, I felt like he was trying to remember her last name but didn't know it, and so
Oh,
she was
I
filling in the blank for him.
it could be, but it just the way it came off for me was so funny. She's just like looking at him like, all right, yeah, finish your death speech.
We all know where this is going. Wrap it up. I'm not going to give you an answer by the time you croak.
But I'm gonna bury you next to a burger and a six pack though.
It's a crazy death.
Perfectly placed
And then I was
six
like,
pack of
wait,
PBR.
is he like not dead this time? Or like what happened here?
What if she didn't check his pulse and he just wakes up again?
We're going to get the
It's
sequel, and
like,
it's going
oh,
to be Lefty's Revenge.
He's gonna go find her in Nashville.
It is fun that we have gotten to do three straight Paul Walter Hauser projects. I like him.
yeah,
That's
no, he's a
true.
great actor, and he is the best part of this movie for me. With Halsey, I'd say Halsey is pretty good too.
Halsey, I love
Yeah.
Halsey's music, and getting to see her succeed in acting with a project like this just makes me, I'm so happy for her.
Yep.
Like, she's she's doing it. She's making herself into a double threat, which
Mhm.
is awesome as a fan. And I'm pissed I didn't
Just
get to
like
see it on
Marky
tour.
Mark Wahlberg,
Yeah,
celebrated actor,
celebrated singer Marky Mark.
celebrated rapper, dual threat, true dual threat.
We're renaming the pod the Funky Bunch.
I
Okay.
think we might get sued.
Probably
How about the filmy brunch? Or
the Filmy
the,
Brunch.
the, the filmy bunch.
Filming
We're gonna do
brunch.
a little breakfast pod.
The filmy bench.
You're just making sounds now, Ben.
Maybe.
Thought it was a little funny. Just speaking of my fandom of Halsey, she does have a song called "New Americana," and she's in a movie called Americana.
Yet no Americana music. Unbelievable.
I don't think I would have expected that, knowing that it was a crime thriller. I think if it had just been a straight up Western, we might have seen that.
Give me some good old Americana. Where are my harmonicas at?
Hey,
Hear
if
a harmonica in a
Baz
band?
Luhrmann can include a song featuring Doja Cat in his Elvis biopic, we can
That's
get
true. That's
Americana
true.
music.
That wasn't supposed to happen. That
I
wasn't
think it
good.
was I think it was intentional. I think he put it in the movie intentionally. I don't think it was an accident. I
I
don't
don't
think it was
think anything Baz Luhrmann did in that movie was intentional, right down to Tom Hanks' prosthetic nose and shitty Dutch accent.
No, I think he wanted to do that. That's all Tom Hanks.
He's white?
Right?
So we're doing Elvis again next week.
Oh God, no. Don't
Yeah,
make me.
Santa Claus is
how's
coming to
that taste?
town.
Santa Claus.
Santa Claus is coming.
All right.
Can you feel it?
I think now that we've gotten into talking about Elvis, we can wrap up on Americana. Um, Panel opinions are mixed here on this one. I think we have a range of
Give it
opinions.
a you know, if you like some of the actors, go see it.
Yeah,
Um,
worth seeing for the
Not there's plenty
performances.
of stuff in theaters now, so you won't if you don't want to watch this one now in theaters, go see something else.
It's not
sure.
a must see in theaters. You can wait for streaming on this one. Worth a watch. I think we can agree.
Yeah,
And it's only an hour 45, so it doesn't stick around too long.
Well, except the
it kind of
ending.
does.
The ending
I
drags. The ending
I
drags. I'll,
felt
I'll concede that.
I felt like it was like 3 hours of the 20 minutes turned into 3 hours. But yeah,
Um, Next week,
technically short.
yeah, by runtime only, not by vibes.
Hmm.
Next week we are following up Drive Away Dolls from a few months ago with the next movie in whichever Coen brother this is, saying it's
It's
an
the same.
unofficial trilogy. I don't remember if it's Joel or Ethan.
It's Joel, isn't it? Wait, is it Joel?
I don't
No,
remember. That's why
No,
no,
I'm
it's
saying
Ethan.
that.
No, it's Ethan.
no one knows. What's it called again?
Honey, don't.
I think it's Ethan,
It's
actually.
an unofficial.
Ethan. It's Ethan. It's Ethan.
Okay. Ethan Cohen's unofficial trilogy of Drive Away Dolls, Honey Don't, and whatever the third one is that we'll probably do in like 6 months.
The
So we're gonna,
lesbian crime drama thriller trilogy.
yeah,
Hmm.
we're gonna revisit our pal Margaret Qualley, Aubrey Plaza, Charlie Day, Chris Evans.
Yep.
A little bit of a mystery. Should be fun. So in the meantime, check out Americana. Check out Honey Don't before we talk about it next week. Watch some good movies. Support your local theaters. Ban AI and entertainment. Have a good night.
Good night.